Hello Paisanos, it's Enos63, and I'm going to review two new animation videos that I sadly did missed out on. But thankfully I finally caught up and I finally got a chance to watch both of them. And oh my god, man, I'm glad I was able to watch these blindly by myself and not disconnect, from social media. I stayed off from spoilers because I was working on my Super Mario 64, 20th birthday special and working on my fan art and stuff. And thank God I got a chance to finally see these two at full peak by watching them blindly and stuff like that. So here's my review on these two amazing, well-crafted animation videos, amazing, gorgeous animation videos I watched, and yeah. So first up, Hacker, Animator versus Animation 12. This was absolutely amazing. By far the best part about this one was honestly like when the victim stick figure, or now named as Hacker, went to Alan Becker and said, "I'm coming," and then it turned from Windows 11 to Windows XP, and I just love that. The only thing they didn't show though was Clippy. I'm not sure like where it was Clippy, but yeah. And I really love those callbacks from Animator versus Animation 3, honestly, which ironically was actually one of my favorite retro Animator versus Animation videos, and this is my favorite modern Animator and Animation videos. Well, that might change once more comes out. So, it's kind of coincidence, I guess. But overall, amazing. I love this, and I hope it just reaches the 10 million views, honestly. Oh, yeah, both of these are at 7 million views, but yeah, I still can't believe we got these two animation videos, like, after my birthday, honestly. These feels like post-birthday gifts, after birthday gifts, honestly. Late birthday gifts for me. But anyways, back to the video, but yeah. I love the animation. I also love, the laboratory scene where Red, Green, and Blue fought these three other stick figures and stuff, and they were all really well-done creative fight scenes. I think I love these the most because they really honestly made a lot of references and callbacks to their retrospective stick figures and, attacks and stuff and their movements. And I really love that, honestly. Because, for example, the one that looks like, like a road sign stick figure, they used, like, the one that, that you see on a highway sign, which is, like, the pedestrian sign, where you see two people, on that sign, and that means, you need to pull your car over. I loved how, they bought that, lady from that sign and was in the fighting scene and stuff, and that was, like, so dang creative, honestly. That's what I like about Alan Becker. He does something simple like stick figures, but he can make such big creativity, possibly due to the limitations and stuff. But great episode, love this. The Windows XP scene callback was amazing. And then the Dark Lord, honestly. Now, someone in the comment section did say that the Dark Lord, I believe, is now getting the Bill Cipher treatment. And honestly, good. I think this is a great way to make him an admirable villain, honestly. Except the only difference is that I don't know if Dark Lord is going to talk or not. Maybe talk in text. But I think Dark Lord might become the new Bill Cipher now in the 2020s. While Bill Cipher, was the Weird Mageddon in 2010s, the Dark Lord will probably be the Weird Mageddon in 2020. So now I'm just excited if the Dark Lord will have his own Weird Mageddon like Bill Cipher. So yeah, I think he might be getting the Bill Cipher treatment. And honestly, now I think he might be my new favorite villain. And remember, guys, just a stick figure. It shows that you don't need sometimes a big complex budget. But yeah, that was Animator vs. Animation 12. Definitely my new favorite episode. And now I just can't even wait for 13. I'm really excited and hyped for what Animator vs. Animation 13 would bring. And I just can't freaking wait, man. I just want it now. But this takes time. And I'll give Alan Becker needs a massive, huge, rest and sleep and break from this. But yeah, looking forward to episode 13. Amazing work, Alan Becker. Next up is Glitch's new animation series, which is Knights of... I don't know how to pronounce that, so I'm just going to call it Knights. And it was honestly surprising to see a 2D animation. After being used to the 3D animation worlds from, Murder Drones, The Amazing Digital Circus, and Gaslight, it was really amazing to finally see, Knights, a refreshing 2D animation on the channel, honestly. And honestly, I really loved it, honestly. Basically, it's... now, I didn't quite understand as much compared to, Alan Becker's one, because this one's more complexity instead of simplicity, but I still loved it, and I love the hand-drawn art. But basically, it's about this robot girl where these two women basically met her, years ago in some dream area where they were playing some arcade game. Then years later, when they both are working in miserable adult jobs, boy, that kind of sounds familiar to my life. Well, no, I'm sorry. I am doing well in my job, but I apologize if I about unnecessary personal things. But anyways, working in miserable jobs and stuff, and and then one day, this lady found this in an ocean boat while they were I think she was taking out the trash in the ocean or something, pollution from the ocean. And then she tells her boss she wants to fix her, but the boss says no. And then she and her team up, but then the boss finds out. And then what looks like a fight scene, but then kind of just doesn't end in a fight scene. And the boss says, "Fine, whatever. You girls do what you want." And yeah, I'm gonna be honest. That kind of honestly is a bit better, honestly, because that kind of creates a new form of guilt. Honestly, I didn't get punished for it, but now should I still keep doing this? But I'm sorry. I apologize for making something up. But then the two girls obviously run from that giant robot fire thing, and then they meet the same dream girl again, and they say thank you for helping me and being a good friend. Then the two girls obviously, go to the elevator, but then she makes it alive, thankfully, with a lot of gore blood. I'm not really surprised, honestly, because Murder Drone's Digital Circus were full of, gore and creepy and absurd and not safe for work stuff, so not really surprised by this one. And finally, they go to the computer lab, they fix her up, and yeah, that's basically it. That was the episode. It ends two of them looking at them, and then it plays a flashback when they were kids, and yeah. And that was both Hacker Animator versus Animation 12 and Knight's Pilot. Overall, love these two animations. I thought they both were great, honestly. Now, I do want to give some few honest criticisms, though, because I don't want to constantly be praising something all the time, because I also want to be critical and be honest. My only thing, though, about with Hacker Animator versus Animation 12, my only critique, though, is that we never really got to see Orange Stick Figure or something. Maybe I think they're probably saving him for Animator versus Animation 13. So maybe I will accept, the lack of characters there, because they probably wanted to give more focus now on the Dark Lord or, Victim and stuff. Maybe now creating a new kind of bond now, because now I think Dark Lord's getting the Bill Cipher treatment here. Yeah, but my criticism for Knights is a bit more bigger. So my thing about Knights is that I think the plot can be a bit hard to understand. Now, that could just be my issue. I'm going to try to watch the episode again to see if I can understand the plot. But at the beginning, where it was talking about this whole, look like some kind of Disneyland Mickey Mouse parody, we never get to see that again in the rest of the episode. Maybe I think it's supposed to be some kind of, build-up or something. But I would at least somewhere later in the episode, maybe they could have at least include, a flashback to that scene. Maybe at the end, they could have at least include, a castle scene, that same castle scene at the end or something. But that's what I personally think. But that's my criticism there for Knights. I still loved it, but I think the one thing that's my critique is that it's kind of a bit confusing to follow and stuff. But other than that, though, I still love both of these animations. They both were really great, honestly. But yeah, that's overall my opinion on, of course, both of these animations. I thought they were both great. And yeah, amazing work, Alan Becker and Glitch Productions. You two, did an amazing 10 out of 10 job. 9 out of 10 and 10 out of 10 for these two animations. And the fact they came after my birthday, two best late birthday gifts I got, honestly. Gosh, this month just keeps getting better and better. But yeah. Alright guys, that's my review on those two. Thank you guys so much. And this is E3 saying farewell.